Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Necropolis Hollywood, our Wraith the Oblivion chronicle here at Restless Barbarian Gaming. I want to thank everyone who's joined us. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've seen us before, welcome back. We're glad you've decided to join us. If you wouldn't mind, please give this video a like and subscribe so that we can continue to give us excuse me, I can't even talk today. I'm speaking the third person, so that we can provide you with fun material to watch and creepy shit to enjoy and all that kind of thing. So I'm rambling. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go ahead and introduce my players. Let's first talk to Ninat.
Hi, I'm Nanette, and I'll be playing Shaggy, an very ex now, heavy metal drummer who's way in over his head.
And we do have a logo now for Supreme Burial.
We do.
Did you like it?
I did. I think it's very cool, but I should have actually put it on somewhere, but I didn't think of it enough.
Oh no, I'm thinking maybe we'll sell some merch for Supreme Burial. We do have merch out for Weeping Shadow from Blood in the Water, so might as well add more merch for a band we just made up on the fly.
Whoever wants merch for Supreme Burial, put in the comments.
Sounds good. And let's talk to Maura.
Hi, I'm Maura. I'm playing Natalia Calloway, and she's just a pop star who died.
Okay. And let's talk to Minty Bo.
Hi everyone, I'm Minty Bo. I'll be playing Terry Holtz, the lively folk singer now deader than disco.
All these lively people, they're just they're no longer. Exactly.
Very lovely, except for being dead.
Well, hey, let's just give kind of a quick recap from last week. Our circle had wandered out from their temporary housing at the Duchess Hotel and went to check the highway where their accident had occurred. They had to play Frogger with some cars to get around, but they did manage to survey some of the wreckage. And one thing they found was the silver Tesla that was involved in the accident. They found that there was some kind of call or something that maybe had also covered them when they came into this underworld, but there was no sign of anyone still at the car. But Natalia did memorize the license plate. She has that in her possession, and they had talked about possibly going to the Hollywood police station to maybe find a way to look into this license plate, perhaps maybe see if there's any kind of investigation report. That was kind of the plan in the last game, but what I'd like to do is we're gonna take a step back to them and let them start talking about kind of what they've gathered and kind of what they'd like to do now.
I still think we should go to the police station. They'll have all the files, and they'll probably be looking at them at the moment.
That, and if they're the ones investigating it, they might have something laying around or someone with loose lips talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I don't think it's real mind to object to us wandering around. So,
okay.
We can't really interact with anything, so that's gonna not be ideal for sleuthing.
Maybe not, but we can do something cool now. And Terry's going to attempt to just walk through the nearest wall.
You found that you can pass through some walls. It's getting a little bit easier to do. It's still kind of unsettling at first. It's still kind of as he kind of comes through. But it's something that he can do for right now.
Mm-hmm.
They pass through, and then 2 seconds later, they haven't quite figured out how this works yet, so they just come through upside down and just fall on their back.
Yeah.
That was
You
not
might-
the plan, but I believe I heard my point.
You may, if you maybe come through a wall that, well, maybe there's stairs on the other side, or you kind of need to know what's on the other side, unless you're, running from something. Okay. So the plan then is to head to the police station.
Mhm.
You haven't quite figured out how to stay in vehicles or things like that.
No.
You've kind of messed around with it, and you kind of either fell out or you kind of bumped into some people, and it was kind of a creepy feeling. Probably your best way to get there would be to walk. It's only a couple blocks.
Okay.
And the walk takes you down the street from the Duchess, and as you're out on the street once more, it's daytime. It's probably we'll say it's the morning when you guys head out, and the businesses that line the street, from your point of view, they're all the buildings are all crumbling. There's nothing that even looks remotely as strong or sturdy as the Duchess building. There are movie theaters that look like they look more like a tunnel of love from a fair. They look creepy. There's just off-putting music playing from them, and the streets are just covered in debris. As you're walking past, there's faded magazine pages are flying in the air, and they one actually hits Terry in the face as he pulls it away from his face. He sees pictures of skeleton figures. They're smiling, but there's just this rictus grin. Other pages are from porn mags, and they're, well, what you'd imagine, but the people are skeletal. They're with no joy on their face. It's just as if everything has just been turned to death on this side.
Just,
Drawing.
how are we dead, but these pages are still sticky? You know what? I'm just going to put that on the
You
ground.
probably don't want to know.
I'm just going to put that on the ground, and we're going to pretend that, I did not perceive that.
There are living people on the streets. There's people coming and going. They obviously don't seem to notice you, but if you don't pay attention, the occasional person will step through you. And while you get that feeling of warmth, that life from them, it is kind of off-putting. It almost makes you envy their life. That you're like, that's what I had, and the second they're gone. And each of you, your shadow just purrs slightly or groans, like a lost memory. Every person they go through. So in more crowded parts of the street, you're going to really have to dodge and step around people, unless you want to keep running through people. Occasionally there'll be a dog, someone walking a dog, and occasionally a dog will bark at you, seeing you, but their owner sees nothing. Or the dog will whimper and curl up next to their owner, trying to get away from you. As you get about a block from the police station, you notice like an apartment building that's crumbling. It's pink mauve paint. It's just fading, cracked in spots. And you notice a woman looking out the window, and she seems more on your side of the shroud. And she's just this lonely woman, just kind of looking out and just kind of watching you pass by. And you're now about half a block from the police station. You see squad cars parked in the front. The building has more of a fortress look to it than anything like a municipal building. And the gates around it are the paint is cracked. It almost looks like some of the bars are bent in spots, like maybe something had pulled on the bars, or maybe something had crashed into the bars.
Natalia, I'm not crazy, but this wasn't like this before, right? This is one of them.
That's, I guess, the other side version. Because, yeah, no, it didn't look like this before. That's not what I remember. I rarely came down here.
Yeah, I came down here a time or two back when I was just starting, just moved here, but God, feels like years ago. How long you been in Hollywood?
I've been all my life, and this didn't look like that, definitely.
Whole life, but yeah, this must be the other side's version of it, because the hotel looked different too.
Well, shall we go in? Do we see anybody on our side moving around there?
You do. Looking down past the main entrance, you see a tall figure in a trench coat and a fedora, and he has his hands in his pockets, and he kind of looks up, and he's just kind of looking at the three of you very, very intently. You notice on his hat he has a little piece of paper that says press. And he kind of starts to walk towards you. He's like, hey,
Hi.
excuse me there, fella. He says to Shaggy.
Hi there.
Hello. And the young lady. I know you from somewhere.
Yeah, he might.
Did you ever work with Susan Hayward? One of the dancers, maybe?
Oh, a dancer, yes.
I know you. You were in that picture with Montgomery Cliff. And was it, I should remember all these things. It's my job. But I knew you'd come around. Where you been hanging out? I mean, it's a big city, but how long you been here since the storm?
Just arrived.
I don't think I know your name, miss. And he reaches into his coat and pulls out. He has like a notepad and a pencil, and he's like, oh, forgive me. My name's Scoop McGinty, best tabloid reporter in Hollywood there ever was, or still is. And your name again was, miss?
I'm just gonna give my first name. Natalie.
Natalie, like Natalie Wood, like where you? Did you ever work with her?
Names are not my strong suit. Possibly.
And he kind of looks at Shaggy and Terry. You fellas could probably use a haircut, but it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Scoop McGinty puts out his cold, clammy hand, shakes it. It's like, so
I'm Shaggy.
Shaggy. It reminds me of that cartoon dog and the one the Hanna-Barbera folks put out.
Yes, yeah, that's my side job.
He's like, I was never much for the animated stuff. Always regular more the live people and the singing and the dancing, whatever we could put in the pictures or on the TV. And looks Terry. He's like, a young man.
Terry Holtz. Pleasure to
Terry
meet you.
Holtz. Terry Holtz. From the Holtz of Dubuque, Iowa?
No, from the ones down in Biloxi.
Oh, okay. Well, since you guys are new here, I'd say welcome to the neighborhood. It's not quite as lively as it used to be, but we still keep track of the stars, find out what they're doing. Sometimes get a little juicy secret or two.
Now, Scoops, if I didn't know better, I'd say that was a business offer.
Well, everybody's got to help everybody here. Nobody survives on their own. So where you folks staying? You got your own places yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still getting the feet wet.
Yeah, just arrived.
Well, it won't take you long. Right now you're just crawling like a little baby, but pretty soon you'll be up and doing everything that you need to get by, finding out what keeps you strong, keeps you safe here, and finding the right people to talk to and not the wrong ones. And there I go again, talking, and I should be finding out from you, because you guys are in the business, correct? Or, well, pardon me, but we're in the business.
Which business would that be?
Look at you, Terry.
Well, entertainment, right? I mean, you weren't. Why were you in Hollywood then?
Have a point there.
Yeah.
We were on the way up, but well, you know how the stories like it. A trio of young stars cut way too short.
Starts busily writing it down. What all happened? I mean, you didn't turn to the drugs, did you?
No,
it wasn't
idiot.
Oh, good. That stuff will kill you. Well, yeah. He's like, so was it? Oh, shucks. I shouldn't be asking this many questions. We just gotten to know you.
You know, while we are getting to know each other, it sounds like you do want to know.
I guess I do. It's just the curiosity in me. I like to find out what's going on with folks, and, well, shucks, and tell other people that business. That was my bread and butter, and still is. But I try not to use it against folks anymore. I really just try to help people because, well, I know I hurt some people back in the past. So I've tried to make my time here, maybe helping people instead if I can.
Audience, this is the part where we curse the creators of the game for not playing an insight skill.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Well, you do have intelligence and investigation. Subterfuge, I'm trying to think, subterfuge more. Actually, you could use streetwise if you wanted to use intelligence and streetwise.
I have streetwise. Yeah, I do actually. Use that.
I have intelligence.
Okay.
How much is he lying to us?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go ahead and difficulty 6. So 0. Okay.
Goose egg.
Okay.
2.
Harry takes this guy.
2?
So trustworthy.
2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes. He seems genuine. You haven't learned how to read people's faces here to see if maybe they're hiding behind masks. He doesn't seem to be hiding anything. So the best you can tell is he's been genuine with you.
Mm-hmm.
Scoop,
So listen,
how long have you been here in Hollywood?
Well, I got here in the 40s, just after the war, and been over here since about the 1980s. Unfortunately, all those years of smoking caught up with me, and I died from the big C. And whatever the good Lord had in mind for me, I stayed here, and I saw some of the damage I did. I ruined marriages. I caused people great pain. and I regret what I did, and I've been trying to make up for what I can. A lot of the people I worked with are gone. A lot of them, the older of our kind, are just kind of blown away in the last maelstrom. For whatever reason, I'm still here, but apparently it's my mission to keep on helping folks.
So why do you hang around the police station?
Well, this is where a lot of the dirt comes in. I mean, you see somebody being brought in, especially around the back for the VIPs coming in. You get somebody arrested for dealing some dope or some breaking and entering or whatever the young people do these days. But this is sometimes where you can really find the good stuff.
So have you seen any good stuff about an accident yesterday?
I have not. There was some hubbub about it, and the officers come and go, but I haven't looked at anything specific.
Well, maybe. Do you know where the officers are?
I'm sure I could help you with that. Could I ask just a teensy favor in return, though?
All right, what is it?
I don't mean to be prying, but if y'all are staying here in Hollywood, where exactly are you staying? You just been walking the streets all nights? These are dangerous places.
Is it not safe at night?
It can be rough. All I'm saying is you might need some friends eventually.
Probably.
And I work for an organization called the Spooks. We are the Spooks Guild. And we specialize in, well, how to reach out and touch someone on the other side.
Sounds like an interesting skill.
Yeah.
And all I ask is if you could help me with something, because I've found we all have things that we can do that are different. So all I ask is you maybe be straight with me. Just, are you staying at the Duchess?
What if we are?
Natalia has no reason to distrust after that.
Well, and I'll be absolutely honest with you. There's something at the Duchess that's been there a long time. See, back in the day, I knew all the stars. I knew them by first name. And there was ones I liked, there was ones I didn't like, and the ones I didn't like, the ones that I really wrote the juicy stories about. But there's one that I really miss him. Humphrey Bogart. Bogey was my man. And at the Duchess, there's a picture of me and Bogey off the lobby towards the restaurant. But I'm not allowed to go to the Duchess anymore. Apparently, they don't like my line of work over here, or the guild I'm a part of. And I worry about my memory. That picture, every time someone walks by that picture, one of the human folks, they see it. And either they recognize Bogey, of course, but they look at, they might know me too. They might go, hey, who's that man? Who was he? And it helps keep me here, gives me a purpose. But all I ask is I'd like to be able to get that picture and keep it somewhere safe. I'm afraid someone will do something to it over there, and they might use it against me. I'm just putting all my cards on the table here.
But
I-
how can we get you the picture?
I can, well, that's the part I can help with, because I can reach through and I can touch things. I can bring things back through. But I need help getting into the Duchess.
Mm-hmm.
Let me help you today, and all I ask is in return, if you can help me get that picture, and so that I can take it somewhere safe.
You just want to get the picture, and that's all.
That's all I want.
Can I make another roll to see if he's
Of course, yeah.
lying? 3 successes.
3 successes. He seems straight up. His expression is, he almost looks embarrassed to be asking you this. Like almost bordering on desperation.
Question. So if it's on the other side, you can interfere with it through the spooks thing. But wouldn't it possibly be caught, like, moving?
Well, that's where it gets tricky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first off, you got to make sure there's nobody around when they see a picture come off a wall. I mean, people are always saying the Duchess is haunted, and that's led to some problems over there, where they bring in the psychics and all the spiritualists who are always kind of looking for the ghosts that are there. So they've been trying to keep it low key, but that's why I worry about my picture. Now, if I can get that picture and get it in a bag or something that somebody can carry out, and then I can get that picture back, then I can put it somewhere that I'll be able to keep it safe. I'm just afraid some new owner's going to come through and they're going to decide to change the place and say, we don't need all this old shit, and they'll just throw it all out, and that thing that ties me here is going to be gone. And once that's gone, I don't have much left to keep me here. And you know what happens when things that tie you here are gone? They told you that yet?
Supposed to just move on, right?
Nope. You drop into the great big darkness because you got no reason to be here anymore. And you just become nothing.
Oh, wonderful. This just keeps getting better and better.
Each of you got to have something that's special to you, that keeps you here. And you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to look for it.
Yeah.
One.
So
I will keep it in mind. If we head to the Duchess, where would this picture be?
it is in the off the lobby. If you go down the hallway to the restaurant, there's a whole wall of stars there.
Okay.
Well, we'll go look for it, but can we maybe check out the police station now, because we're already here?
Of course, we're
I think
here.
we're busy with it right now.
We're here. Let me help you, because again, that is my mission in, well, not life, but on this unlife. And I hate to ask, but if y'all are at the Duchess, which I suspect you are.
All right. And Terry will hold out a cold, dead, equally clammy hand to shake.
I appreciate that, Terry. All right, let's get in and see what we can find for you.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll start walking towards the front door, and he just kind of waits. He's like, I prefer not to walk through doors and things. It's kind of, I don't know. Sometimes some of these items have memories, and so he just kind of waits till somebody opens the door, and he just kind of slips through, and then kind of
Yeah. Slip through quickly.
Get through it.
okay. Okay. You get in. The lobby is dark and depressing no matter how many lights they've tried to put up in there, try to keep it bright. Some of the bulbs are flickering. You get a feeling of dread being in there. Like this is just not a place filled with good memories, which you wouldn't expect it to be. He kind of starts navigating you through the lobby.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing
What could possibly go wrong? He kind of starts steering you through the lobby. And he says, "Well, that desk over there, that's homicide over there." And he's kind of taking you down and out this row of desks. There's people being interviewed. There's, we're gonna say, just like every movie, there's hookers who've been arrested. There's always tons of people moving around. But he takes you back towards like a section for like traffic, that traffic officers. So he's taking it back there, and he's like, now this here is Officer Roberts. Now he does a lot of the preliminary investigations. He has one of those fancy computers, which I know a little bit about, but they aren't as big on the old paperwork anymore. But we can see what they got if you like.
Yeah.
Is Roberts like right in front of them? At the moment?
Yeah. There is a guy. He's typing away. He's got a stack of files and a notepad next to him.
Harry just is like right next to their face, just staring intently, trying to read whatever the hell it is they're typing.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
It's like,
well, and this where it might be. It's going to be interesting for you guys to try to figure out how to interact, what you can do, and let's see what you guys can do.
they're just staring.
Yeah, Terry has some things, and Natalie has some things.
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Have to. Oh, I didn't make any notes what those actually do.
Can Terry read what's on the computer, or is it like just too foggy?
You can try. It's going to be more difficult, but let's have you make a. That won't be fair. I was going to say a perception and technology, but I'm going to say a perception and investigation.
Very big appreciation.
Difficulty 7, though, so because it's a little harder to see through the shroud.
There we go. We got 8, 9, and 9.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of looking through, and you see something about incident reports, and you see the date is that the incident reports are from the prior day. And he seems to be kind of like, you see him like clicking around, and he's trying to make some notes, but the thing he's got open right now doesn't really show any detail. It's more like a case number 625, whatever. But you can see there's about like 10 cases open on the screen.
Damn it, I can't tell which one of these is ours.
There's no title, just numbers.
Just case numbers, yeah.
Fun.
Question.
Case numbers and dates and the times they were filed.
Oh.
GM question: what level would it be of puppeteer would it be for someone to actually control this guy?
A lot more than you
What?
have. A lot more than I don't even know if you have puppetry, do you?
No, I don't. But I can. Well, the other me is thinking of offering it to someone. So.
Oh, well, if you ask Scoop, he might have something he can do.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just try this, but then we can work it out.
Yeah.
Hey, Natalia, maybe you could help. I can show you how to open the right files. I can teach you. You also make your unlife so much better.
That would be a good skill to have. Fine. What do I have to do?
Nothing. I'll just explain it to you. So I'll get her some puppetry, just enough to actually possess him to open a couple of files. So that we
Okay,
puppetry too, I think.
that is going to be some serious angst. Let's take a look here.
Wait, where am I at? Where is
You
this?
don't know.
I don't know.
Where is your shadow?
That's literally actually one of the rules in the Wraith that you're not allowed to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Audience, while everyone's looking, in case you're wondering why some of us, i.e. me, are worried about that, angst is the driving force for shadows to fuck your shit up.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Now her shadow has honeyed tongue, Pact of Doom, nightmares.
Pact of Doom is what I'm trying to do.
You're trying to use Pact of Doom? Okay, let me take a look at Pact of Doom. Pact of Doom. Such a metal name.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what's involved with that. Before we. Okay.
This is actually an insane power.
I think I made a mistake.
No. It'll be fine.
I'm just trying to help.
So, where is it? This is 231, but that's not.
It's 232. Right between Shadow Call and Trick of the Light.
Oh, okay. 232. And for some reason, this does not want to go there. All right.
Oh no.
If you need it, I have it right here.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Yeah.
For everyone listening. Pact of Doom. This thorn is the... I can't pronounce that word. The Forsaken deal with the devil. That word, yes. If a Wraith has this thorn, she and her shadow can negotiate a pact by means of which the shadow will teach her a predetermined number of levels in any arcanoi. In exchange, the shadow acquires permanent angst equal to the number of levels taught. The terms are agreed upon by both Psyche and Shadow, as this is an entirely consensual arrangement.
Thank you. Now, you could use puppetry, or you could use inhabit. Inhabit can be used on electronics.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm decent enough. I'll Natalia, I can either show you how to inhabit him or the computer, one of the two.
Yeah, let's see how much inhabit that would be. Because there used to be something like Ride the Electron Highway or something like that. It was something like that.
Yeah, you could fax yourself.
You've got mail. The virus is a ghost.
Exactly. Let's see. They are the artificers. That's right. This thing, I forget it. The book has it by the name of the guild, not by the.
It's very intuitive.
Yeah. So if you don't know the names of the guilds, like I do know the guilds. Here we go. Come on, man. Basically, I'm just looking for the rules for inhabit.
Natalie and her shower are just having a wonderful internal conversation at the moment.
Yeah,
She
you
just
can. You
stayed space thinking.
yeah, you can keep talking. The shadow. It's basically
Yes,
you can keep talking until she tells you to shut up. So
exactly. I could, no, well, even if she tells me to shut up, that doesn't really mean that I have
Yeah.
to stop talking.
it's true.
That means
Inhabit and puppetry.
so you can choose. Do you want to inhabit him or the computer?
Well, inhabit would be the computer. Puppetry would be controlling him to like click on things.
Yeah.
So if you do inhabit, it's like the screen just like basically just goes to there and clicks open and goes to that file. Or you could high enough level, you could go in and actually just be able to open the files from within. So, and I am still looking for this. I apologize, guys.
No problem. So yeah, that's. I mean, it's a simple choice. I mean, I can help you with either one. Which one you prefer?
Ah,
It allows to see who the other dead people are. If there's any other information. Find out who the Tesla driver is.
this would be helpful. This would be very
Almost there.
helpful.
Almost there.
I'm sure in the future
Artificers.
you
All right.
to help your daughter.
Sorry, guys. Let's see. Misfire. Claim the shell. Wire rider. Ooh. Well, if you want inhabit 4, with this art, the artificer can slide into the global network of electricity and digital communication, passing through power grids and data transmissions at the speed of light. Wraithly senses are too slow and entropy bound to perceive this environment, so riding the wires is a vortex of information. So that would be pretty dope. Let's look
That's
at
4 dots, though, right?
Yeah, that's 4 dots. That's a lot. Let's look at puppetry.
You get to keep those dots, though.
She does, yeah, but I think she gets angst for that.
That's 4 permanent.
Yeah.
4
that's
permanent
4
angst.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
How do you get rid of angst?
You
You
Go to a
don't.
partner.
I think you go to a partner, yeah.
You got a what, partner?
Partner. They're almost like confession. And you basically get it like beaten out of you. Okay, here we go. Puppetry, skin ride into a mortal's body, briefly inhabiting the flesh as a passenger, has no control over them though. Twitch. The Wraith may take fleeting control over one of our host's limbs. That is puppetry 2. Master's voice. The puppeteer can briefly seize control of the host's capacity for speech. Yeah, to really fully take over is puppetry 4. So with Twitch, you could probably, hey, his arm twitches and he's not sure why he's clicking on these things.
Yeah,
and that's only 2.
That's so many points.
So basically, what kind of is Natalia going to listen? She doesn't have to agree.
well, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to help out everyone and find out what's going on. I mean, it's also useful later on when you with your daughter. I mean, you'll be able to actually help her. You'll be able to touch her if you the right person.
Shoot. Shoot. You know what? You only live once. Twice in this case.
Well, in her case, she might be around for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know whether I want to go with puppet or inhabit though. Choices.
And the host can resist. Now, if the host resists, the Wraith's shadow gains 1 temporary angst. So if it misfires, the shadow gets even stronger.
Oh, wonderful.
But it'll be something you'll have basically, well, I wouldn't say for free, but
Also, like with puppetry, you can actually touch your daughter. Wouldn't you want that?
I feel like you should have the glasses on for this.
Evil.
Out of character.
Mhm.
Inhabit or spooks? Are they the same thing?
No, the inhabit is the artificers, which is a different guild. The spooks have one called outrage, where that's the actual, like, being able to like push someone or touch something on the other side. This is more like you're going in. Puppetry is more going into someone's body and making them do something. So
Okay. There was an ad playing. Super epic music during that. I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. But I think I got it. I think I'll go with
and I'll add one more thing. Scoop is standing there.
I will.
So, but he doesn't hear you talking to your shadow. No one hears you talking to your shadow but you.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna go with Twitch.
Twitch, okay. All right, so let's gonna update your character sheet then. So you now have inhabit puppetry 2. Okay, so let's see.
Well, there's a mental idea of shaking hands.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to regret this.
Okay, let me see if I can save this here. Really? Come on. All right, I may have to have you do it on your sheet and just send it to me.
Okay.
So, but you're going to add down under your Arcanoi, you're going to add puppetry level 2. Okay.
Okey-doke.
So what you're going to do is you're going to be like basically reaching into him, and you are going to spend 1 pathos. So let's see how much pathos you have. That is okay. Looks like you have 7 pathos right now, so you'd be spending 1.
Okay.
And then you're going to roll your strength and puppetry, so it's your strength plus 2.
Let me help you with that since it's your first time.
Oh no!
Sorry, that's perfect.
I have 4.
Okay.
I can offer you another 4, so you'll be a bit better.
If I accept, will that give me more angst?
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's at least. What are you using for that?
That's temporary. It's just a normal shadow power with I can offer extra dice and get temporary angst in exchange.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
It's
would
every
gain
shadow.
like temporary angst. It wouldn't be permanent angst.
Yeah, I do it temporary angst.
Temporary angst. What was the difficulty?
6.
Okay. 3 successes, 1 fail.
Great. The officer's hand just slides up, and you see him just start he keeps clicking the files or the entries and opening them. And Terry or Shaggy, if you want to try to watch the screen to be able to read them,
Sorry, just
because
one more
Natalia is really concentrating on making him do this, so she's not able to really
Natalia,
watch the
well done.
screen.
You're really getting this. I'm glad I could help you.
But Terry, if you want to try your
Anyway, now it's better.
I think it was your intelligence and I think it was your perception and investigation.
All right.
How about this? Why don't you, now that you know what you're looking for, I'll make you a deal. Let's try wits and alertness then, because now you know what you're looking for, and you're like, okay, I got to watch this screen.
Can I also roll wits and alertness? Because I'm also
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Now you know. Hey, this is maybe what we're looking for.
2 successes.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay. On 3 successes, you're able to read the screen as each one is opened, and it's open for about a couple seconds. So Terry, you kind of get a quick glance at it. Shaggy's getting more of a glance, and he's opening each of these records. And when you get down to about the 4th one down, that is where you see these are all from yesterday, but this is where you see a report from California 170, multiple car wreck with several fatalities.
Mhm. Okay.
And there is another link in there that Shaggy notices that has like essentially like further details.
Can you click on that link?
And now he's kind of going like, he kind of goes, I need more coffee. And Natalia, you're gonna have him click again? No extra charge.
Yeah, I'll have him click again.
Okay. Opens it up, and you do see information about the different cars and the drivers' names.
Okay.
And this is the part where it's going to be difficult. I don't think any of you were driving, though.
I was driving.
Shaggy was with the motorcycle.
Was Shaggy driving?
I was on a motorcycle.
Because I know Natalia was in the limo.
Yeah.
And Terry was in the back of the van. And Shaggy, were you driving?
I was on a motorcycle, so yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, motorcycle. Well, you do see your name listed as one of the fatalities. It shows name, birth date.
Mhm.
And scrolling down, you do see you do see Natalia, you do see your name listed.
Mhm.
And Terry, you see your name listed. And there's 4 or 5 other names there. You don't recognize any of them.
I try to remember them.
Yeah, now
Is there any license plates?
no license, but this is just strictly the names of the fatalities.
Okay.
And he's starting to kind of like, why am I clicking on this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask Scoots
Mhm.
if it's possible to like print this and like take the printed paper with you.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, yeah. Okay. Let me. He kind of like cracks his knuckles, and he will attempt to dive in. And you see him kind of like reach his hand into the screen. And he's kind of like, it always kind of tickles. And he's like, that one. And the officer is kind of like, he's kind of like has a chill.
Mm-hmm.
And his printer next to him starts printing. And he kind of looks over at like, I didn't print that. Now Scoop is going to try to get around the officer now to try to see if he can move that piece of paper. So let's see.
This is why you drink coffee.
Oh, and one quick thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Shaggy hears a voice. See now. Imagine that. Someone who had, well, shades more of a respectable career path than you, and they can do all of this already. But don't worry. Maybe we can fix you yet.
Maybe I don't need to be fixed.
Who are you talking to, Shaggy?
No, never mind.
Scoop kind of slides around and he kind of like he's got he kind of puts his hand underneath the paper and he's kind of like going, and like on about the fourth try, you see the piece of paper go like it like just kind of comes up in the air and kind of starts spiraling down, and the officer's kind of like, what the? And he's looking away as the piece of paper falls to the ground. And Scoop goes, maybe I could write it down for you.
That'd be good. Yeah.
That's totally better.
Now the officer is he's turned back now, and he's going to start to use the mouse to get out of this record. So you're going to have to roll again now to gain control.
Okay.
So that he doesn't click away.
Two successes.
Okay. He he's like arm itches, I guess he's and Scoop's leaning forward, he's got his notepad, and he's like I got a Terry Holtz. I got a I don't know what's this name. He's like, and he's trying to write as quick as he can. He's like oh shit, he's gonna click away. He's gonna click away.
Yeah,
Like,
make another
and
roll.
And yeah, make one more roll.
It was a 6.
Yeah.
It was a 6.
Now, if you have any, and ones will subtract successes if you have any ones.
I do not have any ones.
Okay, perfect. Okay. What do you have?
I have a 0, a 3, a 7, and a 2.
Okay. He still has that itch.
Okay.
And then Scoop is right. He's like, I think I got it. He's like, but let's get that piece of paper.
Okay. Yeah.
And he bends down and he's like, damn, Shroud's thick in here. He's like, it makes it harder to reach through to work with things. And you see his hand kind of like slipping under the piece of paper, and he's kind of bumping it up a little bit.
Is there a window nearby?
No, but there are fans. There's desk fans and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Terry just looks to Scoops, gestures to a fan. Let that do the work.
He's like, clever thinking, young man. So Scoop's going to go over and try to use his inhabit. He has inhabit as well. So, and let's see. He turns the fan so that it starts blowing towards the officer, and the piece of paper comes out from under the desk and now goes out into the walkway between the desks. So it kind of goes whoosh. Somebody walks by and their foot just stops right on it. Guy looks down. He says, Scoop goes, shit.
Natalia, do your thing again. This was Shaggy.
Try.
Okay.
Try doing whatever I was doing. I need to get one that's not a percentile.
I think I said it was Officer Richards, I think his name was. Yeah.
Robert.
Three zeros and 1 4.
Wow.
Nice. All right. What are you going to try to do with this guy? His foot is like standing on the piece of paper.
Did I have him trip himself backwards?
You could give him a really nasty Charlie horse.
Yeah, I'll give him a really nasty Charlie horse.
Yeah. Yeah. He goes like, son of a, and he kind of steps back, and then the piece of paper has kind of a foot mark on it. He goes like, oh, son of a bitch. And Scoop is going to make his own deal with something. to try to grab that piece
Oh.
of paper. Poor Scoop. Okay. We're going to give him... Oh, yeah, I got to write this down for Scoop's shadow. Okay. Yeah, he swoops down and he grabs that piece of paper and pulls it back. And he can't really hide it anywhere, but he's at least got it off the floor, and he's got it he's holding it next to the officer's desk. Like, I think I got it.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
And he's trying to fold it up somehow so that it gets smaller. And the guy who got the Charlie horse is now like, oh man, I gotta drink more water. Too much damn coffee. And he kind of starts walking, and he kind of steps through the edge of Scoops, whatever his name is, and the guy goes, damn, turn that fan off. It's cold in here. But Scoop has now managed to fold up the piece of paper. And he's like, we've got to be careful getting it out of here, because somebody sees a piece of paper floating along.
Is there any room in this station that isn't used?
You'd have to probably patrol along. You might find an interview room or something, or an empty cubicle or something that maybe somebody's off that day or something. Give me, yeah.
Looking at the piece of paper and using.
Yeah, let's have
memory.
you make a. How about a wits and investigation? Anyone who wants to just look around just around the area you're in to see if you can find maybe an empty cubicle or something. Difficulty 6.
That was almost bad.
3 successes.
3. Okay.
2
3.
fails.
About three or four aisles over, you spot an empty cubicle. But you're gonna have to get it from this. You're gonna have to make a right and go down 3 aisles, and then get to that empty cubicle.
Shit, that distance.
When I was doing my hand thing,
Mhm.
could I don't know if I can, but could I try to do that memory thing that the license plate?
You could. Yeah, let's take a look at that. That was the pneumosis, or however you say that.
Yeah, I have no idea how to say that.
Yeah, I think it's pneumosis. Let me find that. Where is it? That is flux. I really need to create a cheat sheet or something of this stuff. It really slows it down.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Let me.
Tell you what, I'm not gonna sit here and bore everyone by scrolling through pages. Let's have you make a intelligence plus pneumosis roll. So I think you have a level 1 in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So add your intelligence with the pneumosis. We'll just, for tonight, we'll just call it that.
Okay. Ooh. What was it, the difficulty?
We'll say 6.
3 successes. 1
Okay. Now he'll have to unfold the piece of paper again to be able to read it. Now he scribbled some stuff down on his notepad, but he wrote it really quickly. So you can either try to take it from him, or you can try to have him unfold the piece of paper again and then try to read it.
I can't interact with anything. I don't have spooks.
Nope. So he's
I
he's
can't
kind of
take it.
he's kind of like, what do you want to do?
Okay. We're in a cubicle, right? There's a desk. We can just go underneath the desk, right?
Yeah, that's probably closer.
You could, as long as we don't bump into him.
Whatever you think is the best place to unfold this piece of paper, I'm following your lead.
Okay.
Here, y'all do that. I have an idea.
Yeah.
And Terry will like gesture for them to get under the desk.
Okay.
And as they go under, Terry's just gotta like take a breath and then just shove their hands into this guy to try and make him shiver or react something to get him away from this desk.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for that because it's just kind of a quick action. He goes like, oh, he like stands up. He's like, Jesus Christ, and then everybody stops and looks at him because he stands up almost like that feeling if there was like a roach crawling along your leg or something. The way you kind of jump up, and everyone just stops and looks at him. So you have caused a distraction.
Terry's just in the afterlife, just going, yes.
Scoop is like quickly like unfolding it and shows it to Natalia. Now reading through the shroud is difficult, but you're able to memorize what you see. And you get about a total of 10 names. I will send you the names and with the dates of birth, excuse me, the date of death, and then they would be possibly your leads to try to figure out if one of these, and which you think is one of these people, was the driver.
Okay.
So. Shouldn't we also check out the mortuary? Or would the bodies be at the hospital?
Be at the hospital, probably.
Probably be at the hospital, yeah.
Where's the nearest hospital?
There's probably gotta be.
Where's the nearest hospital?
It's like, oh, well, that's Our Lady of the Angels. You know, I don't know. I just made it up.
Oh, it is not.
That is almost dead on a hospital name here in my city. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, really?
You are one word off, and that would be one of the biggest hospitals in our state.
I just couldn't do it. I mean, I could Google hospitals in the Hollywood area, which I guess technically we ought to do that, but I just prefer to just make up shit as we go. Yeah, that's probably where any bodies would have been taken.
Because would some ghosts be attached to their bodies?
They could be. They could still be around their bodies.
So that's probably close by. Does anybody know? Do you know where it is, Scoop, or anybody else?
Oh, sure. You take the blah 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 blah, and he's like you'd have to hoof it a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's like, problem is it takes you slightly out of Hollywood, and well, that's kind of where our turf ends. So you got to be careful.
Whose turf begins?
Well, that would be the hierarchy then.
Oh no.
Wow.
He's like, I don't know if you met any of those folks.
Mortimer or Foley? Yeah. Mortimer
Foley?
Oh, Mortimer.
Yeah. He's. I suppose he's not a bad fellow. He's just doing his job, but yeah, those folks are they're pretty persistent. They don't like old Hollywood's territory.
I mean, gang wars.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fun.
Well, how about? And Terry's like kind of just looking under the desk, like through the officer, like they're just bent down between his legs and all that. How about we?
Yeah, he has eventually sat down. So,
like, how about we hoof it before he ends up kneecapping one of y'all in reverse?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna say you guys carefully slide out from underneath the desk. Do you want to take the paper with you, or are you going to leave it there? Because Scoop can still keep holding it, but again, it's going to be a piece of paper walking along.
That's slightly suspicious.
Do marching.
I think I got it.
Because if he tries to bring it through, it could like destroy it. Basically, he can like hold things on the other side, move them, carry them around, but trying to bring it through might destroy it. So
Okay, you just pretend like it's the wind. Look, it's just the wind carrying the piece of paper. What did you see here?
you can certainly try that. The more attention you get, though.
All right, how we want to play this? We bringing it with us, or we leaving it behind?
I think I got it. I think I got it. We don't
Okay,
need that
then I
piece of
think we should
paper.
leave it here.
Because let me tell you, doing that. Oh God, I wish I could say that was the first time being a man, but I will tell you, it's the most unpleasant. It felt like a meat blender in the freezer.
The
Ugh.
what? The what? The what?
It feels like when you had those ninja like blenders, you put a lot of meat in it for some stupid recipe that's like, oh, have this and like double your muscle mass or some bullshit. But reality, you just end up like in the bathroom all fucking night. But imagine that, and you got to live like a fragment of a life at the same time. It's not pleasant. I will tell you more at a later time. But how we doing under there?
Crowded. Okay, so you got
I'd
the name.
like to
Stand
move.
out.
I'd like to move there, fella. So
Can you see the birth dates or just the death dates?
just it's the name and the death date. So
Okay.
We need to come back here. I mean, we can, but I don't really want to interact with this too much
well,
more.
Scoop kind of looks at like kind of underneath the desk, and he sees kind of like a little bit of space, like the end of the cubicle, and he kind of takes a piece of paper and kind of shoves it, kind of tucks it in there. And he's like, "There we go. Maybe we can come back later and retrieve it."
Maybe.
This is going to be, if this is how hard getting this one piece of paper out is posing, how in the world are you supposed to get a painting out without anything like this happening?
That's where I need friends.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so he tucked it underneath. So hopefully no one notices it. He kind of folded it up as small as he could and then kind of wedged it.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay.
let's spit out.
Okay.
I'm just going to take a look in the. Are there conference rooms?
Other what? I'm sorry.
Conference rooms.
Conference rooms? Yeah. There's like interrogation rooms, all sorts of.
No, I'm just wondering because there's a fairly large accident. I'm just wondering if there's a board where they've actually been noting down details as they investigate. Or
Nah.
I thought you said cop restroom instead of conference room.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I mean, you can
I'm sure
check
there's
out
some-
the restroom
there's
if you
some-
want to. I mean,
there are some cop restrooms, but you're staying away from there. There's some things man was not meant to see.
Okay. Well, Scoop is ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm
thanks,
ready to
Scoop.
go too.
Mhm. So
That
just
spook skill seems like
Yep.
awfully.
Yes, you. Yeah, he has. In game terms, he has what's called a habit, which is he can reach into mess with electronics, and he also has outrage, where he's able to kind of reach through the shroud and move things, and it has different levels. I mean, they have one that used to be just called like ping. That was just like just literally just move something slightly, and then you get up to levels where you can actually like push things, people, objects, that kind of thing. So, and I think you can even get to a level where you can start fires. So, which might have come up in another game at some point. So, that one of my
Fires,
friends
you
here played
say?
in.
Suspicious.
Yep.
Trauma.
Yep. And if you haven't seen it, folks, you should watch The Horrid Oak Hill, also on Restless Barbarian Gaming. That was our Hunter series. So
It's fun. A lot of us died.
Oh,
A lot of us died.
Actually, I only think one person died.
Some of us died inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a traumatic experience for everyone. But please go check that out as well. Okay, so Scoop is ready to go.
okay.
And he says,
Thanks.
"Yeah, let's get out of here before
Mhm.
Bruiser comes out."
I'm sorry, before who now?
Well, police stations hold some bad memories, and some of those bad folks don't like to leave. There's a particularly Newsome kind of figure. He just goes by Bruiser, and sometimes he's patrolling the station looking to cause trouble.
Makes
You
sense.
couldn't have told us this before. You know that.
I guess so. Yeah, I was just so intent on getting here and helping you. I guess I'd forgotten about old Bruiser.
Would Bruiser be more everyone's enemy or specific people's enemy?
Pretty much everyone's enemy. He doesn't seem
okay.
to like anyone. I suspect he's well, maybe kind of going over to the other side a little bit. But let's get out of here before we meet Bruiser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be pertinent.
Okay. I'm gonna say you guys basically slip out fairly easily, and get outside after dodging a couple people, and you've kind of run the gauntlet of the police station once. Now, police station's 24-hour business, so there's always going to be people around, but there would be times maybe at night there might not be as many people there. So if you attempted to re-enter and retrieve the piece of paper, you could. I will be sending you the names of the 10 people that were on there. I just have to sit and type it out and send it to you. But it'll be something that Natalia remembers. So
Okay.
So Natalia, did you recognize any of the names? Well,
Did I recognize any of the
nice.
names?
Beyond your names, no one.
Strange enough, there wouldn't be a Shaggy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have what your real name is, Shaggy. I think. Let's see, is it on your character sheet?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, yeah, Elias Kowalski. Yeah. Okay, so you see an Elias Kowalski. You see a Terry Holtz. And unfortunately,
I'm going to bring that up because I don't know that your name is not Shaggy.
Well, now you know.
Okay. Well, in that case, I tell her it's not a secret. It's just I prefer to go with Shaggy.
I wonder how Shaggy's shadow feels about that, though.
Just a prolonged. I gotta get glasses.
I love nudging the shadow every now and then.
If you must.
So yes, you've kind of slipped outside. You've got those names. You would have to be able to kind of do some research from there. And one of the ideas you did have was potentially going to the hospital to check that out. It will be a similar adventure going into the hospital. And I can tell you that there might be some inhabitants on your side in a hospital.
Of course.
Yeah, probably.
Which is something Scoop would tell you. He says, there's gonna be lots of dead folk wandering around there, so you gotta be careful. Some of them aren't too happy about the fact that they're still in the hospital forever.
Are all dead folk wraiths?
Well,
or are there other creatures?
Oh, well, they say there's all sorts of monsters here in Hollywood. Back in the day, I used to hear there was a vampire cult. They were taking blood from women, and they were dancing with the devil, and maybe even that Charlie Manson might have been in that vampire cult.
There's vampires?
That's what they say.
Well, we've met plenty of bloodsuckers in the industry. I didn't know they meant fucking literally.
It sounds like sounds like there's all sorts of creatures. I mean, they say that, oh boy, at least 20 years ago, they say the devil himself was walking the streets of LA. There was a massive earthquake, nearly split the city in two, and they say the devil himself came up out of hell, and who knows, might even still be walking the streets.
So many
Yeah, well,
interesting things today. So many
Folks,
interesting
keep-
things, and Natalia's just going to be doing that.
Do y'all hear something? And Terry's gonna start looking around because I was hoping this would be a way for me to pop something earlier, but they're just gonna start looking around. Oh Christ!
I'm gonna use the
I didn't know that at first.
the trick of the light.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to go figure out what that means.
Yeah, let me look it up here.
With the power of Control F.
Yep. 231 okay. Let's get back to page 231.
There's so many like technical stuff in this.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I can't find it. I'm on the thing. I just can't find it.
I think everyone now just wants to play with the shadow.
It's fun.
What's
Oh, I
weird
found
is-
it.
You found it?
It's right
Okay.
there. It's right
Yeah.
next to Pack of Doom.
Oh, duh. I should have stayed on that page. So, okay.
By using the thorn, the shadow subtly alters the psyche's perception of the scene. When the thorn is invoked at a cost of 1 temporary angst per scene, which I guess this would be just one scene, the shadow guide should inform the storyteller what exactly the race perceives.
Well, it sounded like Terry was starting to hear something, or what was going on with Terry, and was it his shadow interfering with him? I want to see what Minty had in mind first.
Yeah.
Actually, Mara, I'm leaving the floor open to you.
Okay.
Sight, sound, smell, anything.
What does he see?
Bully this man.
He's going to hear you have family, right?
Terry does have family.
Whoever is alive in his family, he's gonna hear a family member voice. Or
Oh, there's more.
oh, there's more, yeah.
Wait, there's more. If you call now.
Or his absolute favorite childhood idol. That might be like a song or something. I don't know what I'm doing. Something.
Well, I'm gonna give you a twofer because that is gonna be one of their aunties who played the banjo in a band.
Oh.
How
And
goes that?
Leave it to these two storyteller player to describe how this torture is gonna go.
Well, maybe coming down the street, just like a like the sound of maybe like a car. You sound like, hey, is it maybe coming from a car going by? And no, the music just seems to be playing just kind of just out of sight.
Hell, where's that coming from?
Where's
Shadow.
what coming from?
tell me y'all hear this too, right? Like banjo.
And
You
I'm
want-
gonna say everybody else does hear it, because it's like it's an effect. It's not a like just in his head thing. So Scoop goes, "Yeah, I hear something, but not
Yeah, here's some
familiar with it."
music.
He's like, "You okay there, Terry?"
It's been a long day.
Now is the shadow gonna taunt him or just leave it there?
I would say Todd.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna do the first thing that comes to my mind, and that could have been you.
Oh, would've, still could, still will.
Not Will.
No, yes, will.
Terry, you okay there, son? They talking to you?
I guess it don't matter if I say no because I think that just makes it look worse, don't it?
We all got that dark side.
That is true.
Okay. So update the shadow sheet, please, and send that to me. Oh, you got homework, so.
Oh wait, no, I can't update it. I'll
I think
figure that out later.
Yeah. Pretty much whoever owns the shadow sheet needs to update it. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, Terry just looks very shaken at the moment. Just all right. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Now the selling process. Like
Scoop says, I'm pretty exhausted from that. I tell you, it takes some effort reaching through and doing that, but I hope I helped a little bit.
You helped a lot.
Yeah,
Invaluable.
you did.
Right. And he and again he shows you the his notepad, and he scribbled down most of it right. You see there's a couple misspellings, because she remembers it now. I mean, she has it all. So she looks at his notes and he was pretty close, but it's better that she memorized it because she might not have gotten everything right because he had to write it very quickly. So he's like, "Well, I guess I'll be seeing you then.
Yes.
You'll be around the neighborhood then."
I guess
Yeah.
so.
well, we got a deal, so we gotta be.
Of course. Well, and he just smiles broadly. It's just like a thank you. I appreciate you being a man of your word. So I'll be looking for you when we're ready to pull off our little caper.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. And he is going to wander away.
All right.
So
Well,
maybe we should go back to the Duchess and take a look at this photo.
You could, yeah.
Wait, what photo?
The photo that Scoop wants.
Yes, that photo.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we switch through time. You get back to the Duchess. Charlid Doorman is outside. He just kind of tips his cap to you as you return. He's like, "I hope you had a pleasant day out there."
We did.
Okay.
Found out some stuff. So
The lobby's not too busy. Not too many humans or the living around. So you do manage to kind of slip past them. You find the hallway that does lead down to the restaurant, and there is an entire wall of framed pictures with autographs from the stars. It's going to take you some time to spot the picture, but you don't have to rush to do it. So depending on how long you want to look is what the difficulty will be. So I mean, if you want to, hey, we take our time and just, because again, you're having to look through the shroud, and the shroud's a little thinner here than it was at the police station. What the difficulty of the shroud is places that the world, basically the walls between the living and the dead, are thinner. So a graveyard, shroud's gonna be thinner. If you go to more places where it's more less, how do I want to say this? Less believers. Like if you went into a site like a laboratory, shroud's gonna be very thick there because they're relying on science and logic, not spirituality. You went to a church, it's gonna be thinner. Here, there's always tales of ghosts, so that the shroud's a little bit thinner than it would have been at the police station. So if you want to take longer to examine the pictures, I'll allow it. It would probably be a difficulty 7 to scan all of the pictures. I would say
Is the shroud thinner at night, or
it's going to be a little thinner at night.
Midnight?
It might be.
The witching hour?
Yep. But what I would say is to look through all of those pictures is really going to be perception and investigation, to because you're going to have to like look at it. It's almost like looking at something blurry that you're going to have to look through and go, oh, okay, that's Gene Simmons and somebody else. And you go to the next one. Okay, that's The Rock and so. And there's probably at least 100 pictures along this wall.
I'd like to try it.
can we see which ones are black and white, which ones are in color?
Yeah, you'd be able to perceive black and white and color.
So with that kind of reduces the lot, because if it's Humphrey Bogart, it's highly unlikely to be in color.
It would be in black and white, yes. Yeah. So that is a clever point. So you'd probably want to focus on the black and white pictures. I'm gonna need probably at least 3 successes, difficulty 7 though, to be able to look through all of these.
Sure, maybe split them up and just.
What was
big.
What?
You said you had something?
Oh, I would like to try it.
Yeah.
I have high perception.
Yeah. To find the exact one, I'm gonna want 3 successes though.
All right, so it's perception investigation.
Yeah.
Can I just buy a point of investigation because I keep rolling it?
I think you ought to just spend some experience. Just
yeah. How much for a first point is just?
I think it's
times the
3. I think yeah.
3 zeros, 1 5, 1 2, and 1 3. So
I'm
6
buying a point of
successes.
investigation.
Oh wow. Okay. 3 times. Okay.
Only
How
two.
about anybody else?
1 success.
Okay.
My newfound point of investigation here.
Yep. Natalia, takes you about 20 minutes of just, and if your eyes were still, if you were still alive, you'd probably have an eye strain at this point, looking through. But you think you found the picture. You recognize Humphrey Bogart. You recognize a younger looking version of Scoop, kind of arm around him. And looks like there's some kind of autograph on it that you can't read out, but after looking through all of them, it's the only one that you see of Humphrey Bogart and a guy who looks like Scoop. Yeah. So you know where it is on the wall.
I'm gonna point it out to the others.
Okay. So how do we? Because we struggle so much to get one piece of paper out, and how do we this place at night? Is there like a? Are there any humans? Well, do we normally see
there at night? Yeah, there would probably be like a front desk clerk. There might be maintenance who wander around, but there wouldn't be as many people around. Yeah. Now there are cameras. Every place has cameras these days.
Yeah, but normally they're not checked unless it's like well, I guess technically it would. There's so many notices it would be considered theft.
Wait a minute. And once it's pointed out where it is, if Natalie points it out for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
How close is it to the bar or wherever it is?
Oh, to what? To take it to get out to the parking lot, or
Well, they're kind of looking for where. I guess a better question is where's the nearest trash can?
probably either in the restroom. That would be there's like restrooms play on the other side of the hallway, or maybe in the restaurant or at the front desk. Probably the nearest restroom would be the I mean, the nearest trash can would be the restrooms, probably just like kind of right across the hallway.
They have to empty those out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they use them carts or not, or if they just have the bag, toss it in something to carry them all in. But
Oh, the
when they do,
hotel carts.
when they do the trash rounds, if we could line it up just right, all Scoops has to do is just give it a little shove into a trash can. We wait for them to take it out, and then when no one's looking, we could just dig it out. I don't think he's gonna like it, but it's less conspicuous than. Ooh,
It's gonna require some clever timing.
Mm-hmm. Would help with the reputation of the hotel.
Yes, and yeah, and the place does have a reputation for being haunted.
There could be another way, but I can't precisely think of it right now.
Another what? Speaking of, how'd you do the whole? I'ma just use your arm like a puppet. How'd that work?
I thought, therefore I did.
I'm holding a bottle of whiskey that I can drink in the afterlife. Just intently staring at their open hand or longingly.
I don't really know how to explain it.
I think your shadow switch, you just use the trick of the light right there.
Another trick of the light. Imagining you're drinking.
Just the faintest.
I don't want to bully Terry too much.
To your audience and cast, what have I said multiple times? Bully this man.
Can I do that again?
Well, while you guys are standing there, Sarah walks by, and she's like, "How are you guys doing?"
Doing good-ish.
Good.
Harry's just still staring at the can.
Some better than others.
You've been doing that for a while.
She's like, "You okay there, Terry?"
If I can walk through walls, I will. Power of whatever fuels all this, I will get my damn hands on some Jack Daniels that I can drink with whoever's above, whoever below, whoever's in between as my witnesses. I'm excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You better get used to not drinking, like at all, ever. Just say goodbye to your bottle of whiskey.
I thought that was gonna go another way. But we'll save that thought for the future, though. Terry really wants to drink.
Listen. Sometimes we pull an Uno reverse card. We become alcoholics after we die. What am I going to do? Die of liver poisoning again?
Sarah says, there's nights I'd kill for a cigarette, but it's done. How are you guys holding up?
Okay, all things considered. I'm sure that's going to change.
As your new passenger been talking to you?
A little bit.
But
If it gets to be too much, just ask and we'll find you a partner.
what's a partner?
They are almost like a religious organization. They can help tame the shadow. They
Oh.
can't totally get rid of it, but they can help you clean up things.
I'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. I'd
So
like to meet one.
they just. What is this? Another one of them cases where it's just like I'm gonna look into your soul, or we just stare really hard at someone, and this is gonna be where we do something stupid.
They can do a little more than that. They can actually call out the shadow, get it to they taunt it, maybe get it to stick its ugly head out, and maybe wrap it in the noggin and help get it straightened out.
Hey, storyteller,
Yes.
I would like to activate an Arcanoi totally by accident
Mhm.
by being a smart little shithead, as is Terry's style, and
Okay.
I would like for Terry to accidentally activate Soul Sight.
Okay.
So what?
And that is, I think, like a
Dot one a castigate.
Okay.
I was actually just thinking of that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is
That. Yeah. No. That sounds good. And let's see what you got to roll for that. You're probably gonna find it faster than I will at this rate. So it is castigate,
yeah,
which
most
is
time.
the partners.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fine.
Can measure the strength of another shadow
Mm-hmm.
by
I have been-
examination.
Waiting for the perfect moment for someone to be like, "Yeah, they do this." Terry's just like, "Right," as if I just look at someone and then boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What do you roll for that?
Perception and castigate roll.
Okay. Who are you looking at?
They're looking at Sarah because they're not expecting anything to happen.
Okay. Okay.
So when something happens,
Yeah.
this is gonna be fun. Listen, folks, having cool powers is awesome, but is it really as awesome as having cool powers and accidentally using them? I think not. All right, that is 4 dice. I
no.
don't have a number.
Dropping
Where-
on my dice.
Oh no,
Mm,
that's 4 successes.
okay.
What did I do?
Okay. You when you look at Sarah, you see something inside her. It's like a little girl. Looks almost like a little girl who's like trying to cover up, and she sees you looking at her, and she just like, go away. Go away. I don't like you looking at me.
It's just a case of, yeah, so what? They just kind of give you like the panic stare.
Sarah's like, she doesn't like you looking at her. Just leave her alone.
What do you just do?
Right. We'll try to meet with them later.
Can just anybody look at that? I actually tried to look at Natalia because I also have the soul sight thing.
Oh, do you? Okay. If you wanna
I'm
try
actually
that
got
too.
castigate free, so
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I think that's one where I can actually beat up a shadow. What's it all again? Terry just said it, and
It's like
It is
perception and castigate.
Yeah.
soul sight, perception, and castigate.
it's nice. Oops. I've got 2 1s and 2 successes, so nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
No.
You maybe gave yourself a slight eye strain.
Well, actually,
I
about
guess
that,
I'm not.
Oh.
because I want everyone to have the fun today. Well, you are doing something useful, I suppose. How about I help you just a tiny bit?
What's in it for you?
I get to be attached to someone who's not a bumbling fool. Is that anything that you expected otherwise?
Okay, fine.
Alrighty. We are going to use shadow play
Okay.
for specifics.
What?
I'm not sure if it operates the exact same here, but in essence, they get to use another action on their turn
Okay.
at the cost of losing 1 point of pathos and
Mhm.
gaining 1 point of angst.
Oh, that's a powerful one.
Well, to me that sounds like you could try your roll again.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be probably a little stronger because your shadow's helping you. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let me try that.
Okay. All right.
As you're trying it again, the voice just fills up in your head. Now, look again. Focus. None of those silly little thoughts like when you're in that band hammering away in someone's garage on a third case of beer. Pull yourself together. You can do it. You always could have. Now show it.
Okay.
Shadows are mean.
Yeah. Well, first, who are you looking at? Which character?
I'm looking at Natalia.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still
All right. So let's see how you do first, and then we'll see what the shadows say.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he can see Natalia's shadow. So do that. How do they react? Actually, it would be the shadow reacts.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
who is-
funny meme just
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shaggy, you're her shadow, right?
Yeah, the shadow kind of just looks back at me. Like, looks a bit like Natalia, just like kind of standing up straight and kind of looking at me arrogantly, kind of, well, not up at me, more kind of like down at me, like, how dare you look at me?
How dare you perceive?
Yeah, Natalia, you can kind of feel this. I mean, you're kind of like, because your shadow's shifting, kind of like, hey, wait, this isn't cool. So.
Quick question about shadows. Do they have their own like appearances or whatever?
They do. Yeah.
Would we be able to see that, or would we just not be able to see that?
If they can step out, and you would be able to see them, but I think they have to drain from you to be able to get that power to be able to do it. I mean, for the most part, they're within you.
Okay.
If you give them the fuel to step out and separate themselves from you, which is very bad, because they essentially look like you, so they theoretically could get out and impersonate you and do things, and then jump back in, and then hey, we saw Natalia do this, so, but you have to let them get that strong. So.
Does angst let them get that strong, or does something? Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, angst is basically like their power, like their fuel, and if they get to a certain level with their angst, they can take control of you. And then you have what's called a harrowing, where basically you and your shadow like face off, and if you lose, well, your shadow takes over for a little while. So.
No, that only took 2 points.
Yeah, so
before.
That's it's the devil's deal, though. It's they're there to offer help, but the more you let them do, the stronger they get. So
yeah.
But visiting a partner can reduce temporary angst. So.
Okay.
So can anybody just see the shadow? This is Shaggy when you're out. Natalia, do you want you try? Can you see my shadow?
I don't think she has castigate now. So.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you guys don't really know. You don't really know what castigate is.
So Terry can do it. I can do it. So it obviously makes sense that we can do it too. It's over.
I'll try, and then I'll see if I can like tilt my head or whatever.
But as Shaggy is seeing the other shadow, that voice just pops up in their head again. It actually sounds pleased. See, when we put our mind to it, we can do anything. We just need to stop being silly and focus. I trust you'll
That's what
do
you
that.
paid me to tell you. Thanks.
Oh, you don't need to tell me. I already know you wouldn't be anything without me.
This shadow's mean.
You can also tell me to scale it back out of character. Tell me at any point.
No, it's perfect.
But
Yeah, seriously. If you know, if you think they're being a little too rough, I mean, but that's
No shadows. I mean, I'm trying to. I'm just being nice
yeah.
and helpful.
My shadow's great.
Yeah, you do not see a shadow. I mean, you're like staring, like like those, they used to have those paintings in the mall or whatever. You stare at it for so long, you're supposed to be able to see something. Natalia's just staring at you intently, but just doesn't see anything.
I don't see anything. Am I supposed to be seeing something?
Looks to Sarah. Looks to Natalia.
Says, I don't know if you can do that, Natalia.
But apparently, I saw something in you. It looked like a meaner version of you.
Yeah, I whatever you guys are doing, I don't think that is a skill I possess.
I'm just here. I'm not doing nothing. I think it's crazy, the idea of, hey, I'm gonna talk therapy your demons.
Sarah, if we needed to find a partner, would they be in Hollywood or would they be in the hotel or?
The hotel does not officially support the guilds, but I can, off the record, tell you where you can find a partner if you feel you need their services. It's probably not something you want to share with your compatriots. But we can, and she just kind of winks, like we can make arrangements should you need something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna smile. I, as Natalia, do not know if I do or not.
You don't need help. You don't need a partner. I mean, we're fine. I mean, I've helped you so much already. And anyway, I mean, what else is there? Is there anything going on in the hotel? Are there people doing interesting things?
There's maybe some people going to the restaurant. Nothing really interesting going on at the moment.
Okay.
It's probably a good spot to wrap up for tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you guys want to do in this scene.
One thing.
No, I think.
Okay.
Terry just kind of looks to the group, looks back to Sarah. So now, when I say this, I'm talking about the group, not the, that meaning of the word these days. But what can you tell us about the spooks?
About the what?
The Spooks Guild.
Oh, they can be a rough bunch. They kind of the muscle of the underworld. They're actually officially banned by the hierarchy. Anyone who actively promotes being able to touch the living or interact with the with the living world is banned.
Mm-hmm.
Understand. Are there other things that are banned?
She's like, there are several guilds that are banned. The Haunters, the Sandmen, and she's going to name a couple of different guilds. I'm not going to go through every single one. Basically, each guild has an arcanoi that can interact with. The Haunters have something called Pandemonium. Think poltergeists. That's what they can do.
Puppeteer is one of them.
Puppeteers are definitely banned. Yes. yeah.
Just checking.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. No, out again. Yeah, the puppeteers are definitely frowned upon.
Would Minosis be?
I think I'm trying to remember my lore. I think that one is too, because at higher levels you can change memories. You can implant memories in people to make them remember things that they, make them think they know that. Yeah, that one is very bad. There's one called the Alchemists. They have an arcana called Flux, which I think you can like destroy things. I think you can use it to like deteriorate things on the living side. I think that's what Flux does. Yeah. So there's lots of cool things that wraiths can do. But yeah, she's just gonna tell you, yeah, the puppeteers are definitely bad, and the spooks are rough.
Good to know.
So that's what you mentioned. The hierarchy line is what's the Duchess and the ladies line.
The lady is affiliated with 2 guilds. I forget what fatalism. I think oracles. I think is what the guild is called, the oracles. And there's another one for life web, which I think is the proctors, if I'm remembering it. This is all Tom speaking, not Sarah. But yeah, officially the Duchess is not affiliated with a guild, but
oh no, that was an in-character question. It was Terry.
Okay.
Terry's pretty much asking like, "Hey, who's allowed here, and what's the feelings here?"
Probably the oracles, and possibly the Chanteurs, if I'm saying that right. That's the Sandmen. That's your Keening. Oh no, so I'm not. I keep getting them all mixed up. Sandmen are. Is it Phantasm? Phantasm, yeah. So yeah, I'm getting all my guilds mixed up.
There's a lot of guilds.
There's a lot of guilds, yeah.
Yeah.
But she would say if there was any, that it would probably be the oracles, or the proctors, because that's what the lady basically uses.
Okay.
So, question, if I may, Sarah.
I don't think I take a proctor because I just looked them up and they're the ones who use embody. So
embody. I'm sorry.
Sure that was
Life web is the monitors, I think.
Monitors, yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm getting them all mixed up. Yeah, that's Tom, not Sarah. So.
But yeah, Terry just kind of looks to the photo in question they're looking at, and looks back to Sarah. So I got my own spot, and I'm trying to, make a little like collage wall thing. And I really like this photo because growing up, one of the only films that my grandparents had was Casablanca. What would the price be for me to bring this to place I got?
Yeah, touch it. Nothing is to be disturbed. She turns very serious when you ask that. Nothing is to be disturbed.
Okay. No.
And then she starts to peer a little closer at the picture. kind of looks back at Terry.
I'm gonna be fiddling with a necklace.
You never seen Casablanca?
Looking at a different picture.
And she just has this fierce look on her face, like, and I think that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Let me just shovel my afterlife prayers now. Why is grave dirt so much heavier than living dirt?
You might
You're
have.
You're not even in your first grave. You're already digging your second one.
You might have. You might have tipped Sarah off to something. So.
Okay, Google, how do I build a collage wall of the ghost?
I mean, it was you took your shot, yeah. But when you pointed out a specific picture,
because it's black and white, you know.
All right.
I would say you pointed at the picture.
Other than that, how's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Tortured soul having fun.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
What we can do next week, if you're not here, I can NPC you, kind of keep you as in the background. I think the one idea you guys talked about was going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you think you still wanna pursue?
I'd be down to explore it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you think of anything else your characters want to do, let me know during the week. But that's what we'll kind of plan, is we're going to pick up at that, and I will send you guys the names that were found, and so you at least have that. So. Okay.
Okay.
All
right. Anybody have anything going on they want to advertise, plug, that sort of thing?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Okay.
Another boring weekend of homework.
Well, tomorrow night we're going to do the last episode of the Red Scare. Third time's a charm. We're gonna we're gonna see if we can get that one rolling. That'll be tomorrow night here at 8:00, and then next week back with more Wraith on Thursdays. So. Well, I want to thank everybody again for watching. I thank my players. You guys are doing great. I've shown you the temptation of the shadows, and I think it's. I don't want to say it's going to go downhill, but you've seen how much fun it is.
Oh, yeah.
It is just such a fun feature of the game. That's why I've always loved Wraith. But all right. Well, we will wrap up, folks. See you again next week. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.